I've just got my copy of the results from Niel Prestorius now, so we're going to go and unpack the numbers with him. Niel, thanks so much for joining us this morning. A 20 increase in headline earnings per share to 23.9 cents. What are the major reasons behind this?
Well, we had a very steady production quarter. Our surface operations at Ergo in particular showed a very handsome increase in production and profit. The rest of the operations were marginally steady. And then we also had a number of transactions in terms of which we could factor out some of the provisions that we make for rehabilitation and so forth as part of a corporate reorganization of some of our smaller assets or redundant assets.
Now, your key Blyvoor is trending towards stability. What fundamental things have you done there to improve that mine?
It's really the output per capita. We've got the same number of people deployed at the mine, but fewer of them are now deployed in services. More of them are focusing on in-stope work. So per capita output's increased. We've also significantly increased face length. And we're mining more tons. It's a mine that's now increasingly mining more tons. What is lagging, though, is grade. The grades are not exactly where we want them to be, and as a consequence, their production came in slightly lower, but they're certainly trending in the right direction. So there are a number of sustainability drivers that we are keeping a very keen eye on, and those are all trending in the right direction.
Now, if we look at the overall mining situation in South Africa, a very tumultuous time at the moment. We've got a change in legislation to a large degree, and also we've got striking going on at the moment. What is the impact on your business, and just your thoughts around the future of the mining sector here in South Africa?
I think we probably are we're in a stage where you've got to be very focused on where you take your business. You've got to be aware of the new risks that have emerged, and you've got to manage the business towards those risks. You can't simply just rely on people working harder and the gold price going up. You've got to be so disciplined when it comes to costs. So I think the mining industry is probably approaching a stage now where it would have to look at some sort of a consolidation, where you could cut your overheads, slash your overheads where you still can, make sure that you've got the right people deployed in the right direction, and manage your risks effectively. Be realistic about your risks and manage them effectively. And I think our team at Blyvoor in particular, they've shown that it can be done. They were in judicial management last year. They managed to trade themselves out of judicial management, and they're handsomely trending towards a sustainable business. And I think that's become a business, that's become a model, almost a benchmark, both insofar as efficiency is concerned and also safety is concerned. And you have to make peace with your regulator. The regulator has a very challenging portfolio that he has to deliver into. He's got a balanced transformation with the commercial exploitation of mineral resource, and we have to assist them and we have to support them.
And what about the strikes? Is that impacting DRD Gold at this stage?
Not at this stage, no,
okay.
No.
Let's talk a bit about Zimbabwe. You started exploring there. How are things going?
It's actually going really well. We managed to increase the size of our footprint by almost 80%. We've done some IP surveys there as well, and I'm starting to pick up on the geological terms here. The geologists are educating me. We found some very interesting anomalies. That's the term that they use, which are changes in the rock formations underground. And we started drilling. We hit hard rock yesterday at an 80-meter depth, and what we're seeing there is really very, very interesting. So it's a very exciting venture for us in the sense that it hardly costs us anything. We already have a footprint that I think is large enough to build a mine on, and everything that we're finding there is a good surprise. So we're very happy with progress.
So in terms of when physical production will start taking place there, do you have an indication as yet?
Well, the way that we've set it up, because some of the reefs in fact outcrop on surface, we've deployed a gravity plant with some earth-moving equipment, and essentially we'll be bulk sampling within the next few months, and we'll see some production by the end of the year.
Okay, and no concerns there about the investment climate and the trading environment?
Not at all, no. Zimbabwe is a friendly place. Obviously there are some concerns that arise from the political situation, but insofar as, if you go one level down, the administrator in Zimbabwe is very accommodating. We wanted to increase, to give you an example, we wanted to increase the size of our tenement because we saw that these anomalies moved towards almost merged, two distinct structures merged into one. And it was just outside of our tenement. It took us 2 weeks to get an exploration license for that at a cost of $500. There are very few jurisdictions where the administrative regime allows for that sort of efficiency and speed.